This research is a collaborative project between the University of Manchester, University of Lancaster, and She Leads for Legacy, an NGO based here in Manchester that supports Black women to advance into their careers. She Leads for Legacy noticed that it's very difficult to find Black women in senior leadership positions, and although the organizations have been very concerned about diversity in the workforce, they are not very concerned about diversity in the senior leadership positions.
At the personal level, my motivation was that I've been always trying to pursue some knowledge and try to understand and learn more about diversity issues in the workplace. That has been my life motivation. I felt the need to shed some light on this because issues of equality and diversity and inclusion in the workplace or in different organizations are fundamental. We are living in a diverse society and we've been ignoring that diversity for way too long. So to me, it was key to try to understand that.
We noticed, based on our findings, that most of the barriers that Black women face at the work to reach the senior leadership positions are more related to race than gender. They feel that for them it's more difficult to access social networks and to increase their social capital at work because they do not feel part of the organization.
It's definitely more challenging being a Black woman than it is a white woman. At the organisation that I work at, we talk about subconscious biases, all these fluff. I call them fluffy terms, for racism. And so before I've even crossed the threshold, I know I'm different. I have to think about how I have my hair, how I speak, what I'm wearing, obviously, but I wouldn't say that's a racial thing. And when I attend interviews, I have to straighten my hair. I would never dream of going into an interview with braids or my natural curly hair. So I strip my culture away as much as possible to do so.
Black women are woefully underrepresented in positions of leadership, senior leadership, middle management, woefully underrepresented, and that's notably so. And if you look at any report, whether it be the Hampton-Alexander report, the Fawcett Society have produced some reports recently, you'll see that women, Black women in particular, don't feature as far as senior leadership is concerned, and that's across every sector, whether that be politics or business or health, public sector, private sector, there's an underrepresentation, and that matters because in each of those areas, decisions are being made on behalf of Black women where their voices are absent, and that's just unacceptable as a situation in the 21st century.
To me, a key finding was to realize that on top of the challenges that women face on a daily basis at the societal, at the organizational, at the personal level, racism was transversal in all of these levels. So on top of everything, these women are not only facing a glass ceiling, but a concrete ceiling.
You don't see Black women in leadership. I don't feel like we've been represented in a senior leadership position across the organisation. And I've always felt like my voice isn't necessarily heard. It's quite difficult to progress into leadership positions anyway. And then when you see who the leaders are, that it's no one like me. There are women, but there are no Black people or minority groups at all. I just don't feel represented. I don't feel confident that I would have a chance.
So, for example, many of our interviewees said that they feel that spaces where they can share their experiences and where they can openly discuss their experiences as Black women at work were very important for them to build this trust among themselves and also to make them feel more comfortable at work. So safe spaces can be things like, for example, training workshops where they can openly discuss issues related to gender and race at work. So they feel that these spaces are very helpful for them to share their experiences and to also discuss things like racism and sexism at work.
It's key to bring mentorship to the workplace, but to institutionalize it, to make it something systematic, to provide keys and tools to mentors, to train them into these skills that are key for people to make them hear, to make them feel supported, that can be an inspiration for Black professional women.
I think having someone at senior level who has progressed in whatever sector and can share their experience of how they navigated. Because for me, it's about getting to that next level of strategic leadership and ultimately making decisions within the organization. It's actually quite difficult finding them. So having someone's inside guidance, I think would be really, really helpful. Some more formal, structured mentorship, I think would be really helpful.
So it's a real challenge when it comes to mentoring and finding mentors for young Black women, because so much of mentoring is around this adage, which is see me, be me, and looking ahead and seeing who's around you, because mentoring is very much about those who are trailblazers, those who've gone ahead of you, and how they can help you and facilitate you and give you insight as to how you can progress in your career. So I would encourage, first of all, for young career professionals to not simply look within their organisation for that support, but actually extend, widen the aperture and look outside of the organisation as to where those leaders might be and connect with them. I'd also say that there's agency on behalf of the organisations as well that they're sitting in. I'd encourage them to say to their line managers, look, here's where I want to be in my career. How can you help me? Who can you connect me to so that I can find some sponsorship and mentoring? There's a brilliant community group which is fast growing called the Black Young Professionals, which brings young professionals together where they can network, they can encourage each other. And what's really interesting is we're seeing an emergence of those as well. So it may seem simple, but actually a Google search for networks in your area supporting young Black professionals is a great place to start. We, myself and my daughter, as we know through this report, have created a community because we understand the power of being with like-minded people who understand your challenges, who can connect to your issues, who can be inspirational for you. And so She Leads for Legacy is another one of those communities that can support and aid with that.
I would like to raise awareness on people in order to understand and be aware that Black professional women face unique barriers. Sometimes we overlook this minority group. And with that awareness, to motivate people into action, to taking action, small actions such as trying to hear, trying to collaborate a little bit more, trying to raise the issues in your workplace and so on.
This research is just the beginning of this journey to really understand what are the barriers that Black women face at work. So, and as we all know, we are far away from where we want to be in terms of equal opportunities at work. So we understand that more research is needed to really understand the barriers and to really see change in the real world.